time for Lake Charles' most popular event, as the Dread Pirate John Lafitte dunks the mare and takes over the city for the start of Contraband Days 2010. But due to the construction around the seawall, some things have changed. Richard explains how the festival is taking on a different look this year.
Set your sails and prepare to walk the plank as the pirates take over Lake Charles for the start of Contraband Days 2010. And as director Annette Ritchie explains, this year's two-week festival is filled with new events and some old familiar favorites.
We're going to have like sea lions the first weekend, and we're going to have a pirate high wire act. That'll be the big event, some of the big events for the second weekend. We're going to have volleyball tournaments. We're going to have crawfish eating contests, crawfish races. A lot of these things are from old years past that we're bringing back. Of course, we're going to have the car show. We're going to have a bike rally, barbecue cook-off, Spit and Image will be coming back.
Of course, the activities aren't the only big thing about this year's festival, as well-known names in country and dance grace the stage at this year's Contraband Days.
We have Jake Owen is going to be on our first weekend. He is the new up-and-coming artist for CMA. He's won quite a few awards. We're really excited for having him. You know, where can you go to a concert for $5? You know, you're just not going to do it. Of course, we're going to have Wayne Toops. We're going to have J. Paul and Cupid. Everybody knows the Cupid Shuffle.
The biggest thing about this year's festivities isn't the attractions, but the changes to the layout of this year's Contraband Days due to the construction here at the seawall.
The carnival this year will be on the south side of the Civic Center, so we're just kind of swapping things around. We're going to be utilizing the front of the Civic Center.
Of course, there might be a little disappointment, as one of the familiar sights of Contraband Days won't be there this year.
We will not be able to have boats docked on the seawall itself, but the boats do have access to the steps. So we're real happy about that. We do have a water taxi service, so some of the larger boats can dock out in the middle of the lake, which a lot of them like to do that anyway. And then we'll have a water taxi service that will actually pick them up and bring them into the dock and also bring them back to their boats.
With all the hassle of having to fight with the construction, people might ask, why have Contraband Days at all this year?
It draws a lot of people. We're a two-week event. We normally run anywhere from 80 to 100,000 people in here, which you remember that's hotel rooms, that's food, so and restaurants that they're going to go to. So it's a big tourism spot for us to have.
For more information on event times and dates, log on to contrabanddays.com. I'm Richard Doss, and you're watching Inside McNeese.